With considerable periods of unstable governance in a West African nation that were marred with coup d'etat and gruesome civil wars, the current youth have had a little or notice of what a true democracy is. According to the Liberian National Census conducted in 2008, the youth constitute majority of the nation's population. It is an indication that such youthful population, coupled with the high illiteracy and unemployment rates, the youth have been unequivocally manipulated to foster the violence that plunged the country into nightmare. But with the inauguration of Africa's first female democratically elected president, the issue of national renewal takes the central stage in moving Liberia into the future. The National Youth Movement for Transparent Election, Partners for Democratic Development, NAYMOTE PAD, as well as the Youth Exploring Solutions, YES, and lately Developmental Media Incorporated, embarked vigorously on a proactive youth civic leadership and political participation awareness and mobilization mechanism culminating into driving change, driving leaders, and driving votes.
I am riding on the bus with my t-shirt on. Come on, Liberians, come, let's get on the bus. It's time to drive change, drive votes, drive leaders. Come on, Liberians, let's get on the bus and get the change that we need.
Inaugurating the Liberian Bus Project, an astute young lawyer, Nabali Warner drilled the youth into behaviors of the ugly past and motivated them into positivism.
For too long, the young people of this country have been rejected and branded variously. Troublemakers, illiterate, everything you can think about. The young people of this country has not been given the sort of preparation required for them to be what they are meant to be, true leaders of this country for tomorrow. This BOSS initiative is meant to be a long-running and lasting way of young people to influence their governance. I therefore will urge everyone here not only to get on the bus, but to do what? To stay on the bus.
Styled after the Oregon Bus Project in the United States, the vision bearer of the Liberian Bus Project, civil rights activist Eddie Jarwolo, stressed the creativity the Liberian Bus Project brings to the political and decision-making landscape in the country.
The Bus Project in Liberia is more innovative. We are getting young people involved in the politics and democratic building. And the young people want to be on the bus. On the bus, there's no left or right. I mean there's no opposition. And no ruling party on the bus. We all ordinary people get on the bus to drive it every day. But the whole vision or the inspiration started from Oregon, Poland, when I was on a US Department of State Fellowship program. And I was with this group called the Bus Project in Oregon. And for the past 10 years, they have been able to change community service program and politics in Oregon using bus. And it all started when a group of young people figured out where the way the state were looking, the way the situation was looking for the ordinary citizen was not really good for them, so they wanted to find a way to change it. So the guy said, well, what can we do? He said, let's get a bus, drive around community, get volunteers, and educate people and prepare them, training. And today they have more than 100,000 volunteers that have changed our situation in Oregon. So I saw that as an opportunity for Liberia too, looking at where we're coming from and seeing how this bus project can impact our society.
The launch was marred by speeches and remarks from speakers, including youthful Representative Edward Kafia of Bone County, the Executive Director of the Better Future Foundation, Augustine Akwe, and Kaja Christensen, Program Development Advisor of IBIS Liberia, among others.
My future is start to yours. What we do in the national legislature will determine who becomes another representative in 2017. I know many faces that will sit here. I want to challenge you that 2017 will bring in more than 50% young people, and we can do that.
Political instability undermines peace and sustainable development. So for me, I envision a bus that will ensure that political stability will exist in this country. A stability that can create an environment where all citizens can achieve and realize their vision and aspiration. That is the bus that I envision.
You, as young people, should prepare yourself very well if you want to make your message across. That's my experience. And that it's important that we stand together, because girls like Precious need your help, whether they live here or in the southeast where we work. So you should remember that when you do this, everyone needs a second chance. And when you work for girls like Precious, but they can go back to school, it's not because it's their right, it's because it's the right thing to do, and you should remember this. So when you get on this bus, prepare, join forces, and never give up.
Kids like you in the U.S. doing the same thing, getting together, similar spaces like this, you know, to voice their opinions, to let their political leaders know that they've been heard, and to make some change. So as you go on, obviously it's going to be a tough battle, but I would just encourage you to keep up the great work, and to also remember that, you know, you're in this with a lot of people all over the world, including a bunch of Americans in the U.S. that are on a similar bus. So keep it up, and like one of our earlier speakers said, don't just get on the bus, but stay on the bus.
Transforming dreams into reality, the Liberian Bus Project embarked on its first trip. More than 60 young people gathered at the national headquarters of NAYMOTE Part with a single motive: to embark on the Liberian Bus Project's first bus trip. The youths gathered as early as 8 a.m. to prepare for the journey that posterity will applaud and all rewards them for. The gathering shows the enthusiasm by the young people to ignite positive change and be a part of the process that will make Liberia highly respectable among the Community of Nations. Each person signed on to making the first ever bus trip in Liberia. They then embarked on learning the motivational civic movement song, OSIWA.
You buy the people houses, I them totally belongs to your own. And leave your family houses. No, sorry. You take your precious land away, and in your family houses you live alone.
As the journey involved civic education on the campus of the University of Liberia, the UL, and in Montserrat County Electoral District number 11, the youthful volunteers had to be adequately prepared for the task. Some of the volunteers had prior experience in conducting door-to-door or knock-on approach in disseminating civic education. They helped prepare their colleagues with no knowledge of conducting civic or voters education. As the many young people anticipated making the first bus trip, it was only a 35 to 40 seated bus available for the trip. The bus was voluntarily provided by the proprietress of a local vehicle rental company, Kaisambi Cars and Equipment Rental Services. Madam Ketura Kitson Bakimini, a passionate educator of youth, provided the bus as her own contribution to the Liberian Bus Project. A total number of 41 young people made the trip. Blending the momentum with high vigor, the volunteers performed some powerful civic enlightenment rituals, so to speak, as they boarded the bus onward to the University of Liberia.
We will get it. We know it.
Last but not the least, Grace K. Howe. Yes, sir. Abraham White.
At the UL campus, Mark Marvey and Leonard Taylor encouraged the students to use positivism as they do civic engagements in the school.
Any of you ever doubted that change has come to Liberia? This is your proof.
It's the process of driving Liberia forward, no left, no back, no right, but forward. Drive Liberia to where we need it to be. Drive the change that we need. Drive the leaders that we need. And drive the votes that we, the young people, that we have. This is our time.
This is our movement.
This is our movement.
Yes, we can.
Addressing the bus movement and his colleagues, the chairman of the University of Liberia Student Union Intellectual Discourse, Sarah Zawe, pledged positive support to the endeavor.
This bus, as you can see, I'm wearing the t-shirt already that I am on the bus. Yes. And we are sure that this bus will bring change to Liberia. We will help to provide counseling. Let the bus continue to move.
The bus left the University of Liberia campus with some students wanting to board it to its next destination. So unfortunate. No more space on this particular trip. The next bus stop was the Gardnersville Town Hall, few kilometers from central Monrovia. At the Gardnersville Town Hall community along the Barnesville Road, located in Montserrat County Electoral District number 11, the volunteers conducted intensive door-to-door civic education on the pending legislative by-elections in the district. The bus continued on the Barnesville Road and the final destination was the Barnesville Estate. Coincidentally, there were games being played on the mini football stadium in the estate. With the crowd of spectators at the stadium, this made the awareness easier as the volunteers reached thousands of people in the shortest possible time. Many people poured into the stadium to inquire how to join the bus movement. As a grassroots youth movement, the Liberian Bus Project is a medium to initiate the change you want to see in Liberia politically, academically, economically, etc. This is the vehicle that uses non-violent approach to influencing policy and advancing youth in leadership in Liberia. With the youth constituting majority of the nation's population, the bus movement has the ability to utilize constitutional rights to request the government change lots of anti-democratic practices and policies in the country. If you want to sign up to the Liberian Bus Project, call +231 886 510 479 +231 886 619 997 +231 886 528 389 or +231 886 586 264. Email info@NAYMOTE.com or naymote.liberia@gmail.com. Better still, email eddie@naymote.com. Facebook, www.facebook.com/groups/Liberia Bus Project. The Liberian Bus Project needs support to drive change, drive leaders, and drive votes.